I've been using the Google Keep app as my second brain for well over 6 months now, and I found it's revolutionised the way that I do my task and time planning. So I'm now looking at other ways that I think it could help different groups of people. Today, I'll be showing how I think Google Keep could be an ideal revision aid for all students. I'm discussing this because at school and at university, I really struggled with revision. I found it very hard to do and to do it very well. I really enjoyed learning, and actually strangely I really enjoyed exams as well, but revision was my weak link. So through uni I actually had to resit quite a few of my exams because I just wasn't very good at it. And I think if something like Google Keep had been around 10 years ago, I think I would have found it a lot easier. People revise in different ways, but traditionally the main successful way of revising is to understand a topic, write some notes on it, and review those notes regularly enough that they stick in your brain long term. Google Keep is really powerful because it can have all of your notes in one place that's searchable, but also making it easy to force yourself to actually review those notes on a regular basis. So when I was at uni, I created lots of traditional revision cards like these. So these are my revision cards that I had for paediatric dentistry, and I had different ones for different topics. But there are big problems with cards like these, and the main one is that you can only actually use them to revise when you've got them with you. So you might spend a lot of time creating the cards, but you can't actually revise with them. You can't revise at all unless you actually got them. So you might be in a queue somewhere and have 2 or 3 minutes to spare and think, oh, what's that bit I want to try and remember, but you can't because these revision cards are at home. Google Keep, because it's on your computer but also on your phone, is always with you, so that all of your notes are easily accessible and searchable. So now I'm going to demonstrate how I would use Google Keep if I was revising things now, using some of those revision cards as an example, and other photos from a textbook. So to illustrate how Google Keep could work, I've created a little example using some potential revision notes. So here we have an overall view of all the notes I'm going to be showing you. The green ones are photos of some revision cards for paediatric dentistry. The red ones are photos of pages from a textbook about basic life support. They're different colours because they're different topics, so that's one nice thing about Google Keep, is that you can assign different notes to different colours to make it easy to see what you're focusing on at any given time. And in this example I'm going to pretend that all of these notes here, so all the green and the red notes, were notes that I created yesterday, and they're on my list of things to review and reread today. And the yellow things up at the top here are ideas about what I want to be researching and creating notes for today. So this page is all under one tag, so all of these items have been tagged as one thing. They've been tagged as review or do today, and I'll show you later how you can then use the tags in different ways. So if I would have a decent amount of time for revision, I would start on one of the yellow items. So I might, for instance, pick this one here, which says make notes for dental anomalies chapter. So I research different things from textbooks, create some notes from revision cards. When I'm happy with those, then take a photo and upload them onto here. Once I've done all of the revision notes for this section, then I'll click the archive button here, which would take it down to the bottom of the page, so I can see the things I'm working on. I can see the things I have done for today, and I'll show you later how you can then bring that back into action for the following day. So that's if you have a decent amount of time. If you've got less time, or if you want a break from writing notes, you might pick one of the other things that you did yesterday. So for instance, I can look at the eruption dates section here, and this has photos of the revision card that I created, but asking myself questions about eruption dates for different teeth, and then I can test myself with the answers there. Once I'm happy that I've achieved that well, so I've reread it and I understand it and I know that information, if I then click on this one here and look at change labels, I can then take it off the review or do today because I've done it. So I'll do that there, and that would then remove it from the screen. But you may have noticed that it was also tagged in a different way. It was also tagged as review for Monday, because that's the reason for that is that I want to create notes one day, review them the following day, but also review them again 7 days later. That really just helps just to make sure the information is being cemented in your brain. You could go one stage further and you could put a review in 30 days tag as well. So when you come to finish your action and your revision for the day, your screen will look a little bit like this. You've got all the yellow notes that you've created notes for. Obviously these would have a lot more information in them, or photos of revision cards, and they're under the archive setting here. And then when you finish reading your last one here, again taking that off the review and do today, you're left just with these archive notes. If you then click unarchive, that brings them back up to the top of the screen. That means that they are still on your review or do section for tomorrow, so you're going to then reread them tomorrow, and you would make some more notes by clicking up the top here to create notes about what you want to revise for the following day. So hopefully now you can see that Google Keep or other apps like it could be a really great way to structure your revision. Revision is something that, as I said, I've always found quite difficult, but I think tools like this could make it so much easier. If you found this useful, then I'd love it if you could leave a message or send me a message via my website and share this with other people that you think might benefit from it as well. Thank you.